And the big night is here for Maryland, primary election night. Welcome into our special coverage, everyone. I'm Rick Ritter in our new election studio with coverage like no one else in the market. And we do have several highly contested races with more than 4.5 million voters in the state of Maryland. And we should start to see some of those first votes to come in from early voting and mail-in ballots, with the polls closing just minutes ago. And we do have team coverage for you here at 8 o'clock tonight on your corner, covering the biggest races in our state. And we begin with Caroline Forback, who is covering the voter turnout numbers we know so far. Caroline, good evening. What are we learning here at the 8 o'clock hour?
Good evening, Rick. I'm here at the Anne Arundel County Board of Elections. You're kind of looking at the calm before the storm here. We're told that pretty soon we're going to start to see 142 cars coming in with ballots from all over the county, some coming from as far as Deal, so it could take some time before we get official results. Election officials did say it was a relatively low turnout today. As of 5 this evening, 7,100 Democrats and 5,800 Republicans came out to vote in person today. And right now, all eyes are on the Democratic primary for Anne Arundel County Executive. We spoke with voters at the polls today about what is most important to them.
Just want to make sure that public education, infrastructure, the environment, things are being, taken into account, because we have 6 casinos in Maryland, and where's the money going? Because I've run over the same potholes for 8 years, and I work in a public school, and it badly needs air conditioning and updating, and there's just a lot of things that I think could be improved.
And as you know, polls are now closed. The drop boxes are also going to be sealed. We should be getting some results within the next hour. For now, reporting live here on your corner in Glen Burnie, Caroline Forback for WJZ.
And we'll check back in a little bit. Caroline, thank you. Now, one of the biggest races we are following right now, the race for governor. And as the hours go on here, these numbers will start to trickle in. The Democratic race, incumbent Governor Wes Moore, of course, facing one challenger, Eric Felber. And in the Republican race, 9 candidates are running to earn their party's nomination. Ed Hale and Dan Cox considered the favorite in this race. Now, of course, you remember Cox, who Governor Moore beat back in 2022. And there's been a lot of back and forth regarding this campaign, because Cox is suggesting that Governor Moore wants to face him again, something that we've seen and been covering extensively here over the past couple of months as we watch this race. But right now, we do want to go to Howard County community reporter Dennis Valera. He is live in Columbia. We talk about that governor's race, and the governor will be there sometime tonight, Dennis, and a lot of speculation about will he make a presidential run in 2028. But everyone knows it all starts tonight. This is the first order of business.
Yeah, Rick, and I need to mention that he has denied that he is looking at a presidential run several times, including to us, WJZ. Now, we are here at the Meriwether Post Pavilion because this is where Howard County Executive candidate Vanessa Atterbury is going to be having her watch party, and she is one of the candidates that the governor has endorsed. So he is going to be coming here at some point tonight to support her. Now, WJZ caught the governor as he cast his ballot in Annapolis earlier this morning. And the governor already sounding like he is already thinking about November, telling us he is confident he'll match up well against any Republican that ends up on the ticket. Now, Republican candidates, as you have mentioned, Rick, have been accusing the governor of meddling in their campaign, propping up Dan Cox, who the governor beat in 2022. Now, during our 6 o'clock newscast yesterday, Governor Moore touted things he's done to make things more affordable, like the Utility Relief Act. Affordability was a big issue for many voters we ran into today.
Getting energy back into, opening up the plants again and getting modern energy in there, like the nuclear plants and the gas-fired things to reduce the energy costs.
Now, the governor is expected to be here in a little more than an hour from now, and whatever he says, if he says anything, we'll be sure to share it on WJZ at 11. For now, reporting live on your corner in Columbia, Dennis Valera, WJZ.
All right, Dennis, thank you. Also important to note, Ed Hale switched from Democratic to Republican for that race. And we want to get to some of the House seats here that are up for grabs. We'll start in District 1. This district includes the Eastern Shore, of course, parts of Harford, Carroll, and Baltimore counties. 4 Democrats running for the Democratic nomination, and the seat is currently held by Republican Andy Harris. Sworn in all the way back in 2011, the only Republican member of Maryland's congressional delegation. Business owner Chris Bruno is running against Harris for the Republican nomination. And the District 2 House seat currently held by Democrat Johnny Olszewski, the Dundalk native elected in 2024. These are two-year terms. Clint Spellman vying for that Democratic nomination. Then on the Republican side, two candidates, Nabuiz and Dave Wallace. And we go to District 3 now. Democrat Sarah Elfrith trying to hold on to her seat, facing multiple challengers, though. The district includes parts of Anne Arundel, Baltimore, Howard, and Montgomery counties, as well as parts of Baltimore City. And a crowded field on the Republican side, four candidates vying for that nomination right there. But we do want to get over to the 4th Congressional District now, which does include parts of Anne Arundel and Prince George's counties. Incumbent Glenn Ivey running for re-election, elected back in 2022 and previously served as state's attorney for Prince George's County. And there is only one Republican in that race, George McDermott, who has unsuccessfully run for the seat multiple times before. All right, in the state's 5th district, a highly contested race to replace Democrat Steny Hoyer. Hoyer, one of the longest serving members of Congress, retiring at the end of his term. The crowded field of Democratic candidates include Arthur Ellis and Adrian Bofo. And Michelle Talkington, among the Republicans trying to get the party's nomination, faced off against Hoyer in the general election, you might remember, back in 2024. Let's go to District 6 now. Incumbent Representative April McLean Delaney trying to hold on to her seat there. It has been an expensive primary for the Democrat, and she is being challenged by 7 others, including David Trone. Trone previously held that seat. He ran for Senate back in 2024 when he lost to Angelo Alsobrooks then. And 3 Republicans on the ballot. We'll take a quick look. Chris Burnett, Marielle Rocca, and Robin Ficker, the attorney. Then in Maryland's 7th Congressional District, this is interesting. Incumbent that is, Kweisi Mfume being challenged by 3 other Democrats. But the main one getting a lot of attention, Baltimore City Councilman Mark Conway, who admits he grew up admiring Mfume, but says people he spoke with feel it is time for a little bit of change right now. Only one Republican running, Scott Collier, who lost to Mfume in the general election back in 2024. So let's stick with this race because it is one that Ashley Paul has been following very closely for us. Joining us now live with much more on these candidates. Ashley, good evening.
Yeah, hey, good evening, Rick. Well, like you mentioned, this is definitely one to be keeping an eye on. It's one that's gained a lot of attention. As you mentioned, Mark Conway admitting that he admires Kweisi Mfume, but he still feels like there's some need for some new blood in that seat. Now, both candidates tell us that this seat is crucial in the upcoming election because when it comes to turning around Congress in November and standing up against the Trump administration, but there are a number of items both hope to accomplish in office. Now, again, Baltimore City Councilman Mark Conway prides himself on hearing from the people and building trust between politicians and Maryland communities. He's pushing promises to bring down high energy costs, address affordable housing, and improve public safety. Incumbent Representative Kweisi Mfume says those issues are among the top priorities, but argues his extensive resume serving as a congressman and president of the NAACP make him the man for the job.
As much as I admired him, I knew that something needed to change. And overwhelmingly, the conversations that I've had with people, the people of Baltimore and Baltimore County, they agree.
No, everybody knows me. They know where I am on issues. They know that you can usually count on me over and over and over again, as opposed to someone who you don't know, who does not have a track record.
Now, we're still waiting for some of those numbers to start trickling in. We're expecting to see some more, a better idea of what those numbers look like over the next hour, and we'll be sure to keep you updated as those numbers come in. But for now, reporting live on your corner in Hartford County, I'm Ashley Paul, WJZ.
And Mfume has held that seat since Congressman Elijah Cummings had passed away. Ashley, thank you. Democratic incumbent Jamie Raskin seeking re-election in Maryland's 8th Congressional District. That encompasses Montgomery County, running against 3 other Democrats there. And then 4 candidates on the Republican side. Pull them up there for you to take a look. All right, there is a major race, though, to represent Maryland's 46th State Senate District in Annapolis. The incumbent is State Senate Majority Leader Bill Ferguson, and to keep his leadership position in Annapolis, he will need to beat challenger Bobby Lepine. We'll get these results as they start to trickle in throughout the night. Again, the numbers, not much right now, but the polls just closed about 10 minutes ago. Just one Republican in this race, Emmanuel Digman. He will face Ferguson or Lepine come November. All right, let's jump back to Baltimore County now. The executive race, another one that we are watching. 5 candidates running for the Democratic nomination for county executive. On the Republican side, just 2 candidates are running. Those numbers starting to come in, hopefully, here over the next 10 to 20 minutes, with the polls closing just about 10 minutes ago. Tara Lynch, on your corner in Baltimore County tonight, bringing us the latest on this race and another contested race in the county. Tara, there is a lot to break down over there. Voters have a lot to say that again one more time. Okay, well, yes, the numbers, we'll expect them to start coming in the next 20 minutes. But we talk about county executive Johnny Oshevsky, of course, leaving to go to Congress. Kathy Klossmeyer, who took that position over, agreed to take that contingent on the fact that she would not run for re-election. All right, we're going to get to Tara Lynch here in just a second, but in Anne Arundel County, it is the biggest local race that we are following. It's the Democratic primary for county executive. County Councilwoman Allison Pickard, former Pittman administration policy advisor James Kitchen, and County Councilman Pete Smith vying for the nomination there. Now, that winner will go on to face Republican Dave Crawford in the fall. And tonight we could find out who will be the next Howard County executive. Only Democrats threw their name in that ring. County Councilwoman Deb Young and Liz Walsh, longtime state delegate Vanessa Atterbury, and businessman Bob Cockey have campaigned that they want to make Howard County more affordable. And 2 Democrats hoping to secure their spot on the November ballot for Harford County executive Matthew Brown and Barbara Osborne Kramer taking part in that. And they, of course, trying to unseat incumbent Republican Bob Castley. Been a lot of drama up in that county. He is taking on Council President Patrick Vincente and Spencer Dagner for the Republican nomination. And we stick in Harford County because Sheriff Jeffrey Galler, who has been in there since 2014, seeking another term to his position, facing a challenger, Keith Runk, which some are saying will be a close race. On the Democratic side, Democratic candidate Terrence Rogers running unopposed in that. And in the sheriff's race for Baltimore City, we mentioned drama in Harford County. We've had drama here with this as well. Incumbent Sam Cogan hoping for another term, facing opposition from the city's police union. Now his challenger, fellow Democrat Sabrina Tapp Harper. All right, we do want to get back to Tara Lynch now, who was covering Baltimore County extensively for us. Tara, a lot going on there. We mentioned Baltimore County executive, but also state's attorney. For many of the residents there, crime, and specifically juvenile crime, top of mind.
Rick, a lot of those issues top of mind for the voters here, but I do want to bring in Rui Lavoie. She is the election director here in Baltimore County. Thanks so much for welcoming us into the Board of Elections headquarters. This is really Grand Central Station right now. Can you just walk us through where we are? This room behind us playing a major role tonight as well.
So behind us, we're going to start the uploading of the results. Soon after all the polls have closed across Maryland, we'll start uploading the results. And then they are live on our website as well as the State Board website.
And we'll keep walking down the hall here. I know that mail-in ballots, there are about 80,000 requested in this county, 40,000 back so far. We're about to see where some of that counting takes place as well.
That's correct. One of our teams have already returned, and then 3 teams went back out to close all the boxes at 8 p.m. So now we're getting the ballots ready that came back today so we can canvass them this week.
And on this wall on our left here with the blue and the pink, that is actually some of the snafu that we had earlier this year with the ballots that were sent out incorrectly. How are you guys organizing that?
So they're quarantined, so we know what ballots were the original ballots, what ballots are replacement ballots, and what ballots have been returned by the voters. And so we're just keeping them alphabetical and very managed so that we are sure that voters do have their voice counted and their ballot is canvassed, and also no one's able to vote twice.
And we also know that as we kind of leave this mail-in ballot room, we know that down the hall there's the help desk, and that, you said, was a lot of different phone calls coming in from all of the precincts, more than 250 in this county.
That's true. We have 258 precincts, so we have a help desk of about 10 people, and they're available to help the election judges and the poll workers with any questions while they're ending the election and providing all the results and bringing us back all the voted ballots and things like that.
All right. Well, Rui, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, and we'll check back in with you later. We know that some of those vans and those trucks are going to be coming into this warehouse in just the next couple of hours for the county. All right. We'll send it back to you, Rick.
Thank you.
Tara, that is great coverage. Thank you again, Tara, covering the Baltimore County executive race and the Baltimore County State's Attorney. Crime being one of the top concerns for many there, specifically juvenile crime in the Towson area, which has seen several high-profile incidents over the past few months. All right, we will be covering these races for you all night long. We'll bring you the results as they come in. The next time we'll see you, that will be the 9 o'clock hour. We will have an update on some of the numbers then. Thanks for watching our special streaming coverage. We'll see you again in about 45 minutes.